Hello again, everyone. I'm still a bit croaky. I've still got a cough, but you know, it's nothing serious. I did do a COVID test. It's not COVID, so it's just one of those seasonal maladies, shall we say. Anyway, today I'm still carrying on about my holiday that I've just been on to Iceland and Norway and places like that. And one of my favourite things to do when I'm on holiday is to buy a piece of jewellery. I also like Christmas decorations for the tree, but jewellery I find incredibly evocative because whenever I wear something that I've bought on holiday, those memories come flooding back and it's wonderful. Anyway, I've had this Omega chain for quite some time and I'm really fond of it. And whilst I was in Norway, I stepped off the ship onto the quayside and there I found this lovely little jewellery shop with a lady called Gabriella Lassie. I can't really read it. It's her jewellery shop anyway, and she makes handmade jewellery. And I said to her, have you got a pendant? I like pendants. And she brought this out, and I just loved it. And there were some square earrings which match, but I didn't like those. I said I prefer longer ones, and so she found these, which is from the same series. And apparently the design has been inspired by the waves on the Norwegian fjords. So I thought that was lovely. So I thought to myself, I wonder if I can use this as a basis for a design for a card. You may remember some months ago I did a card based on some jewellery again I bought on holiday with a stone called Blue John in it, and I made a card trying to imitate the Blue John. So today I started out trying to imitate this design here, and I looked through my dies to see what I could find, and I found there's 3 in this set, and they're just square dies, but they make a very narrow border like this, which I thought would be wonderful for that bit around the edge. And then I thought, well, what have I got that I could use to do the design in the middle? And I thought of all sorts of things. I thought of getting paper and scrunching it up and into lines and all this kind of stuff. And I may well try that later, but what I finished up doing was spotting this die, and I thought, you know, that should make some quite nice lines from there. So I tried all sorts of things. I tried to be clever. I tried to make some the black background. Here is a bit of it, and for that I mixed some luscious, what colour is this one? Raven, I think. Blackbird, beg its pardon. Close relative. Blackbird and silver, mixed it together in a little pot with some indigo blue gilding gum, and it's made a really lovely sort of pearlised surface. But then I thought to myself, do you know, what have I got in the drawer? And I found this, which is it's just a thin black card, and it's also got a kind of pearlised-ish. It's nice shiny surface anyway. And I thought, well, I'll try both. And to be honest, I had more success with just the regular paper. So that's what I'm going to use now. I'll show you actually what I came up with. This card is not stuck together, but I will before too long. So this is the card I made. There's my attempt at the pendant, and I thought, what do you find around a Norwegian fjord but birds flying? So I just thought I would put some of those on. As I say, they're not stuck down yet. They will be stacked to make them a little bit more vibrant, and maybe a sentiment on there. Don't know. So I'll just show you how I went about doing this, and it was really quite simple. So let me just put this finery away for a minute. So here's my piece of black, and to start with, I think I used the smallest of the 3. I'm just going to cut one shape from the black, which is going to be the base of my embellishment, shall we call it. So let's just cut this one out. I could have done these ahead of time, couldn't I, and saved a bit of time. We'll see. See how we go. All right. Now, there is the base, and this bit in here is the surround, and I did use it in there as a layer. I put a silver one on top to build it up a little bit. A bit tricky, but we got there in the end. Can you see how fine it is? It's really very, very thin. So I've got a base and I've got a surround. Now I want to have the ziggy-zaggy bits. What I did was this. I got just a piece of plain, I don't want to flash it at you, mirror card, silver mirror card. I tried doing all sorts. What else? Here, I had some of this plain black and I embossed it with some silver pearl. I could have just done embossing powder, but I thought that mirror card would make a better impression of the shiny silver on the pendant. So I'm just going to cut out again one of these shapes from the silver mirror card. The same one. Right. Now, there's my silver middle bit, and this is the surround. So I'm going to put that with the other. I don't know what the make is of these. I've got no recollection. I think I'm getting worse for remembering what's what, to be honest, but I should years ago have made a catalogue of some description of where things came from. I just thought I would remember, but sadly I don't. Now, what I want to do is to cut, why I cut the square first before cutting this one, I hope that's not dazzling you, is so that when I cut this, the raisedness of the impression would stay, well, high. If I do this first and then cut the square, it would get flattened on the second cut through. So that's why I did the square first and this afterwards. Now, it's difficult when you've got a solid piece like this to see what exactly it will look like. So what I do is this. I use the shape that it's been cut from as a window to look through and see which bit of the pattern I would like. Just take it around, you know. And I quite like kind of that there. I think I would go with that one. So there's my silver. I'll pop that down on there. That's what I'm going to get. Now I'm going to put this in this way up. So I'm going to reverse my plates. I'm going to put the clean unmarked one on the bottom. Put this on like this. And then the cutting plate on the top. I'm just going to cut that out. Right. Now, while it's still on there, I'm just going to use one of these post-it pads. These ones are sticky most of the way up. Some, can you see, all the way up there, all of that is sticky. Just this bit is not. Often on a post-it note, it's just the bit at the top that's sticky, isn't it? These ones are the opposite way round. So I'm just going to put that onto there, just to hold the pieces together in position. Right. Now I can put that away. So what I'm going to do is put those onto here, and they're in the, because they've been shortened, some of them are going to be separate. It's not one big unit anymore. So I will just take a little bit off and then stick it down. So let's just see how we go. How much of this one have we got? Can I put my glasses on here? That one is attached there. What have we got here? Oh, more of this is attached than a... Oh, as far as that. Okie dokie. Right. Let's just have another look. That went... So it's practically to the bottom. Practically to the bottom. Do I not need that one? I don't think I need that one. This is the line I want here. If you have them all falling about on the desk, it becomes really confusing what goes where. That goes into that top corner, look. Oh, this was a fairly easy one. Top corner. Oh my goodness, that was quite simple. Sometimes, I tried a couple and they've all fell about all over the place. So let me just glue this and I can stick it down. Right. I tried cutting it from silver and then embossing it with clear to make it a bit more prominent, but that didn't work at all. It looked awful. So I've been messing about all morning, really, fiddling around, trying to do this and do that, but often the simplest things are the most successful. Okay, I'm just going to get a piece of paper towel to dab that down. There we go. Now the other bit. I did wonder about putting some double-sided adhesive onto the back before cutting it out. That would also work, I'm sure. So it's what works for you. I could use microdots for this to stick it down, but you know, there's so many things you can do. It's wonderful. Right, and this one, was that the right way up? Yes. There we go. It's fun. I mean, everyone would be different, really, from a different part of that die. I don't know. I can't remember. I just can't remember what the make of that one is. I think I got it in Craft Stash. Not absolutely sure. Right, there we go. Now these two stuck together. Put the one on top of t'other. Let me just do that. These are quite awkward to do, to be perfectly honest, because they are so skinny and the black paper seemed to stretch a bit when I put the glue on. So I had to kind of fiddle it a little bit to get it to fit underneath the silver one. But we got there. Let's try. I think there must be several companies that make these very skinny frame dies. I don't know where these, I really don't know where these came from, can't remember. Right, well that wasn't too bad. So that goes around there. It really looks quite cool, doesn't it? So these, I believe these birds are, I believe they're memory box. Can't be 100% certain. But again, loads of companies make seabirds, flying, but you know, birds in flight or whatever. So let's cut some of these. There we go. If I wanted to, I could do another one of those on the top, but it would be quite awkward to match exactly the bit that I've actually used. I could cut a whole lot out and then just, you know, match the bits up, but Anyway, there we go. It was quite simple in the end. So I'm going to stack some of these together. I think I'll stick this one on top of that one. That one on top of that one. This is a pickup pen from Gummy Pan. Oops. There we go. The marks will come off. And the last one is here. There we go. Stick them over. And whatever greeting you fancy, really, whatever the occasion. I mean, I think it would suit for various occasions, really. So, thank you so much for all your good wishes. I'm feeling a lot better than I was, and I really, really appreciate your messages, your comments. It means an awful lot to me. Thank you so much, those people also who've bought me coffee. It's so kind, so kind. I feel really humbled. So as ever, do have fun, and thank you so much for watching.